Today we are working with Excel. In this problem in particular, we are going to create a simple scatter plot. So this is assignment A, and this is the solution for problem number 4. We have this tank that we are filling up with water. We need to calculate how long does it take to fill out the tank as a function of the flow rate that we are using. So let's start with the problem. The first thing that we need to do, let's start with H. The height of the tank is 10 meters. Let's write the 10 and the units. The radius of the tank is 5 meters, 5 meters. And now we can calculate the volume. The volume in Excel, you can calculate like this, equal to pi. To type pi in Excel, you type the letter P, I, followed by parentheses. Pi times the radius square. This is the radius. This is how you square in Excel. And then times the height. And that is the volume. And the volume is in cubic meters. Now, can you see that the cube is not showing as a superscript? We can fix that so we can display the units properly. Just go here, select it, and right here on the top, highlight the number 3. Go to Font and click on Superscript. Now, the units right here are showing properly. Now we are ready to calculate the time. Time is equal to volume divided by the flow rate. So let's calculate the first one for a flow rate of 5 cubic meter per minute. And the time is going to have units of minutes. So time is equal to volume divided by flow rate. Done. Now I would like Excel to automatically calculate the rest of the time values for me, but let me show you a way of not doing it because it will be incorrect. If I go here and double click on this corner, do you see that I'm getting all sorts of weird values? And the reason is, look, for this first cell, we are using the value C13. That's when we have the volume of the tank. But if I go to the second one, it's using the value of C14, and there is nothing on C14. If I go right here, it's using the value for C15. So we needed to tell Excel that the value for the volume of the tank is right here only, on cell C13. So we need to fix the number 13, maintain that constant in our calculation. And we can actually do that. It's very simple. Just go to the first cell and write the $sign before the number 13. After you do this, you are telling Excel that the number 13 is going to be maintained constant through the calculation. Then go to the little corner, double click, and now we got all the values. Now that the table is complete, we are ready to create the plot. Simply select the data, go to Insert. This is where all the different plot options are in Excel. Go to Scatter, and let's select a scatter plot with no smoothing. This is the one with the smoothing. Can you see that the lines are kind of curved? This can hide a little bit the real behavior of the data. So I'm going to select no smoothing right here. And this shows me the true behavior of the data. Let's select that. We got the plot. And this plot, we are just getting started. The plot is not ready. This plot is not professional and is not complete. Why? It doesn't have a proper plot title, and the axes don't have any titles, and there are no units. So let's do now the professional formatting that this plot requires. The first thing that we can do, we can delete this legend because there is only one variable. Really, we don't need it. So select it and just click delete. It's done. The second thing that we can do is write a proper title. As you can see, I already have some sort of title here that the plot gave me. I click there and I can start time required to fill the tank as function of flow rate. And we can delete what we don't need. Time required to fill the tank as function of flow rate. So the plot looks a little bit better. We can enlarge it a little bit. And what are we missing? We are missing the label for the title, or the label for the axis. Can you see that we don't have anything right here in the x-axis and also for the y-axis? So let's fix that. Let's go to layout. After you click layout, you go to axis titles right here, and you have two options, the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. Let's work first in the horizontal axis, that is the x-axis. Right here, and let's put a title below the axis. And what we are plotting, this is the independent variable. In this case, the independent variable is the flow rate, which has units of cubic meter per minute. So we have this. We can go home and just enlarge the font. I don't know. 14 looks like a good number here. We can lower it a little bit. And as you can see, we have a little problem with the units. That's not the proper way to display cubic meters. So we go into the title, we highlight the number 3, we go home and then font, superscript. I put a check mark here on superscript. And as you can see, now my units are displaying correctly. We can see here that these labels perhaps could be a little bit larger. I can go and make them bold first and then enlarge them a little bit. Now I can see them really well. Let's go and do the same for the other labels right here. We can go to bold and enlarge them a little bit. And can you see that I have a bunch of extra zeros that really I do not need? Also, when you give a plot like this, it looks very sloppy because you have there something that is redundant. We do not need this bunch of extra zeros. So you select the axis right here, click with the right button of the mouse, and then go to Format Axis. After you are in Format Axis, go to number of decimal places. We don't need decimal for this plot in particular. We can select 0, close. This looks a lot better. So look at the plot. What are we missing? We are missing the title for the y-axis. So we go to by clicking on the table, on the plot, we go to layout, and then we go to axis title. This time we go to the vertical axis title, and we select rotated title right here. And the title for the y-axis, I just highlighted that so I can type. It's gonna be time, and the units are gonna be minutes. I select this. It's already typed. I select this. I go to font and select number 14. Why? Because the title for the x-axis, I'm using font size 14. We need to have consistency in the table. So we need to have kind of the same font size for both axes. 14, enter. This is much larger. I can do a little bit of alignment of this. Now let's look at the table. At the plot, can you see that this plot now looks professional? It has a title for the plot. We have a label for the axis, and we also have the units. Here we have a label for the axis, and we also have the units. So we are ready now to copy and paste this plot into the Word file that we have for assignment 8. Select the plot and hit Ctrl C to copy. Ctrl C. Now let's go to the Word document. This is assignment 8. Simply be here just below problem 4. And go to paste, paste special, and select enhance meta file. That will ensure that your plot will not get modified during the copy and paste process. Click OK, and here is your plot. You can do a little enter if you want. You can center the plot if you want, and that's it. With this, you have finished problem 4 for assignment 8.